What's up guys, today we're looking at the Star Wars Clone Trooper Deluxe Shiny 1/6 scale figure. Let's get right into the video. Starting off with the box, you just got a nice picture of the figure, says Star Wars, shows the figure with his Phase 2 helmet on, holding his minigun, along with wearing his backpack. And on the left, you just have him with his short gun, standing in kind of a ready position. And as for the left, he's just wearing his Phase 1 helmet. On the back, you just got a picture of him wearing his backpack, and he's holding a droid popper along with his long gun. And on the top it says Star Wars, and the bottom just all your information. When you first open the magnet flap, you're just presented with the word Star Wars, and it says Clone Trooper Deluxe Shiny on the left, and then on the right you just would have your figure right here, along with all his other accessories. When it comes to opening this box, you just have two layers, being the top one with all these accessories and then the one below it with all the other hands and miscellaneous accessories. But starting with the first layer, we just have the Phase 2 helmet on the left right here. It's really nice. They really did a great job on the second run of clone helmets, where they added a bunch more three-dimensional pieces and just layers to it. You can see he's really shiny, hence the name Shiny. I love the look of the just out of the factory feel. Real great helmet. And below you have the droid poppers, or the grenades, whatever you want to call them. And right here you have his short rifle. It's really nice. The weathering they did on these are pretty awesome compared to some of the older clones that they've released. I love the kind of dry brush they've done on it to give it a exposed metal look. Real awesome. On the bottom left you just have a closed fist hand, like a punching hand, and on the right you would have another punching hand. But since I've changed out some of the hands, he actually has this kind of shooting finger hand right here. But moving on to the second layer, this is where you have all the extra guns and hands along with the backpack. Starting off at the backpack, you have just another shiny piece of armor with the Republic logo. And as with the 501st Trooper, you can just open this up and put whatever you want in there. Extra hands, grenades, and here's the straps. It magnetizes to his back, if you were wondering. And to the left of that, you have some hands. Those being these kind of go-go hands, or like pointing that way. You have another one right there. A thumbs-up hand. Two excellent crouching, kind of running feet. As if you own any other clone, you know that they come with these type feet. And below you have a just kind of grabbing hand. Over here you have a holding type fist almost hand. It's definitely for holding something thin, but I'm not exactly sure what. And right here you have a right-handed version. Below that is a fully closed fist hand. Under that is a single pointing finger hand. And finally below that you have a double pointing finger hand. As for the minigun below that, it's real awesome. Again, they have a good paint job on it. There's no weathering or scratched look like on the other rifles, but nonetheless it looks excellent. And right here would normally be the long rifle, but I do have him displayed with it right now. If you're wondering what this is, this kind of goes on his gun. It's like a grappling hook type device. But for the way I'm setting him up, he normally wouldn't have that on his gun, so I just have it kind of sitting in the box. And lastly, right here, you would normally have the base and the stand. So that's about it for the interior of the box. Let's move to the actual figure. Alright, here he is, the shiny Clone Trooper. Starting off with the helmet, his sculpt is amazing, just like the Phase 2. They really did improve on it when they did their second generation of clone sculpts. But you can see it's shiny as the name intends on the figure. You can see all his little marks in different colors. His mouthpiece is actually sculpted. You can actually feel like the grooves. I don't know how good the camera picks that up, but all in all, great helmet. Oh, and here's him with the Phase 2 helmet, if you're wondering, because I know a lot of people love the Phase 2 helmet. Moving down on the chest and arm area, starting off at the shoulders, you can see everything on him is shiny, just like usual. But down here, more of his bicep armor, elbow armor, and forearm armor. You can see he's got, just like every other clone, he's got the little doodads, the buttons of some sort. And here's his hand. His left arm is the exact same as his right, just without the little comms device on his arm. His chest armor is shiny. There's his belt, just the usual clone belt. But here's his gun, by the way, the long one. Just like the short gun, it has the dry brush weathering look, so it has a nice exposed metal part to it. Really awesome. I got him kind of holding it like in the one classic picture of Attack of the Clones where the clone's holding it, except normally I'd have his Phase 1 helmet on. Moving down to the legs, just like the rest of the figure, they are shiny, very nice. You can see a nice reflective look off the light. And here's his feet, shiny as always, really nice. And here's the base, just the classic clone base that says Star Wars. Turning the clone around, you can see his back. It's also very detailed. On the back, you can see there's this almost kind of vent type thing on the back. It's completely grooved in there. I can feel it, touch it. But down from that, you can see his little back part. There's actually a magnet in there. That's what allows the backpack to stay connected to him. There's the shoulder. Mine had a little kind of nick or something on the shoulder, but I guess that's what happens when you buy a figure after it's been released for 2 years. But here's his belt. As usual, he's got a thermal detonator type device on the back. His butt, the back of his legs. One thing I like is you can actually see, now this I can tell is actually intentional, but you can see that it has some weathering because he's not just like perfect. He's still new out of the factory, but he's obviously seen some sort of movement of some sort. Kind of like up here, you can see it's kind of dirty between it. But down at the calves, shiny and clean, and his feet, pretty clean. So all in all, the Shiny Clone Trooper by Sideshow. He's a great figure. I highly recommend picking him up. You can easily find him on eBay for around $150 to $200 or more, depending on what they're selling, what the person's selling it for. But if you do like the clones, definitely pick him up. He's a great addition, especially due to the fact that he comes with both Phase 1 and Phase 2 helmets, making him really customizable to what movie you're trying to represent more. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe or something, maybe. Thanks for watching. Bye.